Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nerd and Nonsense. I'm your host, Nero, and this is my co host, Makoto.
I'm Makoto.
Uh, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. With it for context for the listeners, we are recording this the day after the last episode.
Yeah, so it's
um,
gonna not be as timely as a usual episode would be, probably. I say usual, there's only two episodes prior to this, but you know.
mhm.
That being said, I guess, give everyone a little update, since it happened overnight. I did beat Spider Man 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I stayed up late last night, just I'm like,
At what percentage was that?
did I roll credits? I rolled credits at 98%.
Oh wow.
And then I wrapped everything up this morning and got the platinum.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
It's a very easy platinum. Like once I did
Mhm.
all the missions and stuff, the only things I had to clear up were really do
I'd, ima-
X
I'd
attack.
imagine collectibles and stuff.
There actually aren't many because I guess the collectibles are tied to missions this time.
Oh.
So there's not really like separate collectibles, I guess. There's actually yeah,
Okay.
especially compared to the first game, it's really just not really collectibles. In the same sense that it was in the first game.
Mhm.
But there's like photo op places, which is again tied to a quest. Um, there's like dev diaries for Mysterio. There's a whole Mysterio side quest where he's trying to like open up a new attraction. So those are like little things you can find. But yeah, it's all tied to quests. So really, after that, I just had to do X amount of attack with a specific attack type. And there was like some like funny achievements, right? Like go to the baseball field and run around and get a home run, right? So you just run around the bases,
Oh.
or do like 30 tricks in the air without hitting the ground, or fly from the one end of the map to the other using the only the web wings. I think that was the
Mm.
hardest one to get, just because I had to figure out like which jet streams to follow to like zoom in there. But it took me like 15 minutes to figure it out.
Okay.
Actually, a really easy platinum, even more much easier compared to the other two first games. So but yeah, did finish it. Rolled credits. Love the ending. Phenomenal ending set piece. Great final boss. Lots of really fun moments. There was literally in that last like quest line span, like multiple moments where I shouted out loud in like shock or excitement.
That's
Uh,
good. I'll definitely have to try it. And it seems like it's overall a pretty quick game. Now, granted, you dedicated 100% of yourself to the game, so
yes, I think it has to have only been like what 25 to 30 hours. I think I finished in
okay.
a weekend. Um, and I didn't like spend every waking moment. Like last night, I powered through till like 2 in the morning because I was like so close to the end.
Hmm.
So I was like, screw it. I hit 11:30, and I was like, I'm really close to this end. I'm just gonna power through,
Hmm.
and did that. But it is on relatively quick side. Lots of lots of really cool hype moments though, especially for like the more you know of the Spider mythos, the more you get out of certain moments. Like I had like an inkling of thinking like oh this could happen maybe, but they're not gonna do it, and they did the thing, and I was like holy shit, that's awesome.
So, after experiencing the end, how would you place it comparatively to the other Spider-Man
Ooh,
games?
ooh, that's a tough one. Um, I do think I put it a little over Miles Morales. I don't know if I still put it over the. There were more like they played with the story more than the first game. It's just really hard because the first game was such a unique experience.
Well,
You know,
yeah, because you're it's when you're first experiencing like perfect web slinging and stuff.
yes. Um, this has such a really high, like high end. I think the main story in this one was like I enjoyed it more. I like the side quests. I think more. I think in the first game there was more side quest variety. In this game there was like only a few side quests. They were longer chains instead of just one offs. So they went the chain route as opposed to like the one off route. Um, it's like coming right off of it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's better than the first one, but I don't want to like give that definitive answer because I feel like it might change in like a few weeks when I have time to simmer with it.
For sure, for sure.
But like right off the bat, like it does have like some epic moments. Like I I feel like it also depends for I think for people listening, um, your people's what people take away from this is depending on what Spider-Man stories they like, right? Like the first game does Sinister Six, right? It's like a hype storyline, and it does Mister Negative. Two amazing storylines, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one does Venom and Craven, right? It does Craven's Last Hunt, which is a phenomenal storyline, and it does Venom. A lot of Venom actually, more than I was expecting. Like they do some stuff from the Venom storyline stuff in the comics. So I was like, oh, we're doing this. Interesting. I did not expect it to go this far with how they're went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it just depends on what you're more of a fan of, right? I'm a huge Venom fan, and I love the symbiote stuff. So for me, this was awesome. If people don't love like symbiote stuff, then it can definitely feel like blah near the end. Because it is very like first half. It just follows the formula of the first game, where first half is one villain, second half is another villain, right? So this
Yeah.
is first half was Craven, second half was Venom. I want to say like second half. It was like last quarter
Would you say
was.
it? I mean, like, it would you say it felt like a more coherent version of Spider-Man 3,
Oh
the
God, way like
Toby, like the Toby ones?
it's not even like comparable. It's like night and day on scale of it. Like they do stuff. Oh, actually, almost more similar to. I guess yeah. It's like they do parts of like because it is the Venom story, right? So they do little bit parts of that. But also there's actually a lot of stuff in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, surprisingly,
Mm-hmm.
with Harry's character,
Okay.
except done well and not
Yeah.
rushed to the nth degree.
I love that actor, but man, he did not do super well for
Just
Harry.
that's poor script. It's just a poor script. I feel
Yeah.
everyone tried their best in that damn movie. Like I'm a Amazing Spider-Man defender, and man, I just poor them for that script.
Have you seen Chronicle?
I have not. I one of those things I'm like I probably should watch this. I probably should watch
It
that.
is it is probably my favorite role from that actor. He does a great job for that character. So it's like I'm used to him playing that kind of character. So to see him playing like this millionaire scientist character that also wasn't written very well is just was just very jarring for me.
Yeah, gotcha. Uh, Two other things I do want to note is I did want to say two standout side quests from the game. The fire quest chain, for those who play it, you will know what I'm talking about. Uh, when it was revealed who the cult leader was, I like as it was approaching. I think the previous quest part, I'm like, is that who I think it is? And then when the final question, I'm like, it has to be, it has to be. And then they reveal it, and he says the thing, he says the word, and I'm like, you bastards are doing it, which I think is actually going to be set up for DLC.
Okay.
Very excited for this DLC. What will potentially be, it is, will be amazing.
Did he did he say canon event?
He did not say canon, although there is a Spider Verse side quest,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
where you find like these spider bots that are from different dimensions.
Oh.
It's very obvious, like as soon as you start the quest, that it's a Spider Verse quest because it's giving off the bots give off the same like energy as like the portals do from Spider
Hmm.
Verse. And then it leads to a weird conclusion that I'm like, I had to look it up because apparently it has to do with a cut scene from Into the Spider Verse. So I guess they were like developing the quest line, and then the scene
Mm.
that connects it to Into the Spider Verse was cut from the
Because I
movie
know they did have Insomniac Spider-Man in
in
the
it. Yeah,
movie.
yeah. There was apparently there was supposed to be a character in Into the Spider Verse, and that's the character that was in this quest line, and that character
Mm.
was just cut from the movie. So it was just awkwardly like that
Mm.
character mentioning stuff from the movie, and I'm like, what? Who are you? So
Well,
very weird.
maybe we'll see it in the third one.
Maybe yeah, maybe they'll put into the third one.
After
And
all, they
then
were intending to release that film like
yeah,
beginning of next year, something like that. I think
yeah,
that's what that was the original intention.
spring, yeah, spring of next year. Not going to happen. Um, and the other quest I wanted to call out was for those who played the first two games. There's a third Howard quest, and I think it was it was literally the most emotional quest of the game, the most emotional point of the game. I was actually crying during this
Mm.
quest line. So those who know and see, you'll see. It was very like it came full circle. This quest change, so I was very like pleased with what they did.
I think what we can do is just like a little like aside to me to you. We can keep this in the podcast, but I think what we should do, since like you played it first, we're kind of keeping things vague for to avoid spoilers. By the time I play it, we'll probably be like when we could probably enter like spoiler territory. We'll still leave like a spoiler alert, but
Yeah, like put like a
that's
spoiler
probably where we
warning.
could talk about spoilers.
Yeah. So yeah, once you play through it and stuff, we can talk about that. But
Yeah.
moving on from that, some other cool news today. Again, we're dating this podcast heavily by talking about this, but I don't care because Kingdom Hearts woke the hell up today. Uh, there's been nothing really Kingdom Hearts news related for almost. There was like the beta for Missing. So Missing Link woke up today. Missing Link Twitter has not been active since I want to say
Let me point
January.
out. Let me point out. You sent me a picture of the tweet at noon on the spot, like, which like that means like I don't know if you saw it earlier, but you screenshot it and sent it to me immediately
Oh, did I
because the
really?
screenshot says 12 and you sent it to me at 12.
Shit. I know I was just sending it to you. I'm like, who's who relevant? I know I sent it to you and my sisters, and around the same time. So that sounds about right.
When I was up till like 4 or 5 in the morning last night, so I didn't wake up until about
Yeah,
noon or 1 or whatever. So I responded to you at 1. But yeah, anyways, continue.
yeah. 'Cause I think I like as I took the screenshot, it had just turned 12, and
Mhm.
I was sending it to you in that minute span. Um, but yeah, so the Twitter woke up, posted had a new banner, posted some pictures with hashtags, and then of course in pure crazy Nomura fashion, the date right that the tweet was sent. If you do the math and add up the numbers, it equals 13. Today, October October 23rd, 2023.
Like
And the
who?
time and the time the tweet was sent in Japan equals 7 if you add the numbers up.
So like Kingdom Hearts fans are like Taylor Swift fans. Honestly, it
I
is
won't deny
legitimately
that.
like they go like, let me add up the digits on the date, see if that makes something cool. Like the nerd culture has gotten to a point where like I mean if you like look at going back to Spider-Man real quick, like if you like they go like if you look at the if you look at the license plate on this car right here at the front of the screen, you'll see that it actually references the comic issue where where this exact event happened. It's like what the fuck? I would not think to analyze. Let me add up the digits of the date. Oh, that equals 13.
It's the thing is Nomura's done this before
Mm-hmm.
multiple times. So it's not even like surprising. I'm just like, man, you keep doing this shit. Because he did it for he did it a couple times for other things where like he released announcements or stuff like where it all adds up to either 13 or 7. It's just some nonsense. Man secretly has a degree or like has a super fascination with numbers and just like likes playing with shit.
So my conclusion I made that I told Nero was, "Oh my god, we're getting 2 new Final Fantasy 13 games."
I mean, look, you're not off. The Kingdom Hearts 4, well, I guess no, it's not gonna be not Kingdom Hearts 4. The game that like because like what is it? Nomura said in an interview when he announced Kingdom Hearts 4 that the next game was either gonna be Kingdom Hearts 4 or Verum Rex, which is just Final Fantasy versus 13. And they had like a conversation in like internally about it and decided to make Verum Rex after Kingdom Hearts 4 because of people were like
Oh, because 1 plus 3 equals 4.
damn it. Damn it. You know what? That's probably more right. The reason he gave was people are probably concerned about Sora and want to know what's happening to him. But that's probably the real reason.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers. It's
Yep,
all about numbers.
I'm in his head now. I mean, every time he tells me like multiple digit numbers, I'm just gonna keep adding them up till it's one single digit.
Um, do you do you know? I wasn't sure like how much you were keeping up with Kingdom Hearts stuff. Do you know about Missing Link or what it is?
I've definitely heard of it. It's probably from you.
Probably.
Missing Link. Not really. No.
So it is the next phone game. It is
Mm.
the sequel to Union Cross Dark Road. Except
Which is
it's
still a prequel to Birth by Sleep,
yes.
right? Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So Union Cross Dark Road is the it's the Age of Fairy Tale. Oh, I guess sorry. Union Cross and Unchained Key are Age of Fairy Tales. Is what they call it. It's the age where there was a bunch of Keyblade wielders and doing lots of Keyblade wieldy things. Um, then everything went to shit. The Keyblade War happened, and then Missing Link is that next what would be the next of the timeline because then it jumps to Dark Road, which is Xehanort's baby Xehanort story,
Uh-huh.
and so the Missing Link is the in between story.
Great.
It's the Missing
Glad we're
Link.
tying that in.
Um, it's gonna be super relevant to Kingdom Hearts 4 at the very least for So there's a character introduced at the end of. Okay, wait. Before I even get just general, it's been like years since Kingdom Hearts 3 and Union Cross ended. Just general Kingdom Hearts spoiler warning if you don't want to know anything, but it's been a while. It's been a few years. It's just throwing
Uh-huh.
it out for people. I'm just gonna start saying things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, End of Union Cross. Because honestly, if you don't know Kingdom Hearts stuff, it's all gonna sound like gibberish anyway.
It's all convoluted.
Um, Anyway, end of Union. I don't know. This sentence is gonna make me sound insane. At the end of Union Cross, one of the dandelion leaders, which wait before that, do you know what the dandelions were? I wasn't sure how much you know about Union Cross.
um is it those 4-member things?
Kinda. So there's the unions before, right? They were like the Keyblade guilds essentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Keyblade War happened, and the Dandelions War group came after. That were like the guys that were who survived essentially. Or like they refused to take part in the war and instead decided to go f off somewhere else, and to avoid dying. And so they have like their own like leadership, right? So one of the leaders, Brain, yes, that is his name.
Okay.
Uh, freaking
Believe it or not, that's not the weirdest thing I've heard. So I
yeah.
wasn't even questioning it.
Um, Goes to the future because that's how they escape. So the world's ending, right? At the end of the Keyblade War, everything, the world's kind of breaking apart, right?
Sure.
Dandelions are chilling in virtual reality, as you do, to escape the war. And they got to figure out a way to escape the fall, right? Everything breaking apart. So they go to the future. And that's how you get, like, Marluxia and Workseen in the present day. Because they were also, or Marluxia was a dandelion leader. Um,
He's not a dandelion. That dude's a rose.
he does have his Keyblade. Keyblade he uses actually in Union Cross is the Rose Keyblade from Beauty and the Beast.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so they go off into the future with time machines because time travel. Um, and Brain
I
ends.
feel like, real quick side note, I feel like they screwed something up. I think Zaldin should have been the villain of Chain of Memories, and Marluxia should have been at the Beauty and the Beast. Should have been at Beast Castle.
Yeah,
That would
although
have made way more sense.
that way, but in another way, right? Marluxia's obsession with getting the Keyblade makes sense when you think about he doesn't have a Keyblade anymore. And like
Mm-hmm.
it's like he's naturally he's like as amnesia and he's naturally drawn to the Keyblade because he had
And now
one.
he just has a stupid scythe. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, stupid state that freaking countdown
I'd rather
boss.
have a key.
Um, so yeah, so Brain goes to the future, and he ends up in the beginning of the Missing Link timeline where Missing Link starts. And the person he meets is Sigurd, a guy named Sigurd, right? Who's like, yeah, we need to meet you here because the founder of the town, Ephemer, who's the only one of the Dandelions who did not time travel, stayed behind and recreated and rebuilt rebuilt everything from the ground up with a few others, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he left like messages saying, "Hey, my friend might show up here at some point." It's time travel.
Yeah.
And so Sigurd, though, is the guy who's narrating the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, is what I'm trying to get to. So
Okay.
he's going to be important.
Okay.
My pet theory is that he's Demix.
Ooh.
Because Demix is still the only one we don't know how, like... So there's a scene in Kingdom Hearts 3. that Xemnas is like to Demix, Marluxia, Larxene, and Luxord. It's like you guys were chosen to be part of the true organization because you guys have connections to an ancient Keyblade legacy, and we know everyone else's connections at this point except Demix.
Yeah.
Marluxia was a dandelion, Larxene was a dandelion, and Luxord is from Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
He is not Noctis's limo
Well, hold on.
driver.
Versus 13.
Versus 13. Yeah, sorry. Versus
Yeah.
13.
He's not a part of the lightning cast.
Yeah, sorry. He is from Versus 13 World, aka Varric Rex, and he is
not to be confused with 13 type 0.
Yes, also not to be confused 13 type 0, which is not to
This
be
is
confused
why,
with...
and just real quick, this is the joke that I made earlier of why we're getting 2 new Final Fantasy 13 games, because there was a time period where every game was Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13 was the most unfortunate scrapped project ever, because there were so many 13 games that were like, it was a whole thing. And
we have 13, 1, 2, 3. There was Versus 13, 13 type 0. There were other ones, I'm sure, but those are the main ones I knew of.
So Type 0 was a rework of Agito. Final Fantasy 13 Agito, which was supposed to be a mobile game.
Uh-huh.
And then it got reworked into Type 0 for the PSP, which then got ported to the PS4.
Okay.
We never got to see Versus 13, which was the one I was arguably most excited for. But then it became 15, and now it's truly becoming Verum-Rex eventually, probably. Because the more is petty like that. I'm excited for Missing Link. I don't know how I'm going to play, because I would want to play on my PC with an emulator, but it looks like it's a Pokemon Go style game. So I don't know how that's going to work.
What? And it's canon?
It is canon! Not only is it canon, it's super important to the plot.
What the heck?
I mean, like, when you think about it, it makes sense in a Japanese context of why they would make that game. Because Japan is a very, like, commuter-based country. So everyone's always commuting everywhere.
Yeah.
But man,
it makes sense for Japan.
It just doesn't work for the rest of the freaking world.
It works great for New York. LA,
yeah,
commuter
pretty places,
heavily walked places.
I live in the bloody suburbs, man. Where the hell am I walking?
We hardly have public transportation here.
I have no public transportation here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's not. So yeah, it is a like that. You play and you go to different areas. You fight the Heartless as you do. I think it's still doing the Book of Prophecy thing because Heartless still don't exist technically in lore.
Great.
So you're fighting projections of Heartless again. So I guess
I sound like I'm so done with Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not. I love it. I love it a lot. I've been watching. Actually, my good friend. I'm gonna plug him real quick. Angaku VA. He's been streaming Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizers on YouTube. I still enjoy it. I still look forward to him finding the IO Tower map for some reason. That's the map that stands out to me. But it's like, and so he's over here trying to find all the charms and all the different and all the different Ansem reports and the proofs, and I'm like, dude, but you got to add IO Tower map to that list. Anyway. So I'm not done with Kingdom Hearts. I'm just
you know what? Look, I am the Kingdom Hearts fan that can be compared to a Swiftie, right? I am so deep in I'm gone at this point, right?
Yeah, you were I could say I am the part of the X raid.
Yeah, I did change my icon. I was a part of that. I am in the cult. That being said, I am very much aware that it is a lot of nonsensical words half the time. It's not like... I remember I saw a tweet yesterday that was like, fans of both FNAF and Kingdom Hearts, which is more complicated? FNAF is easily way more complicated than Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts does have a straightforward story. It's just full of a lot of nonsensical words.
It's just when you have to explain it to someone, it's very hard to explain. I totally agree. It is pretty easy to follow. I'm just naive and ignorant and just decide I'm not going to play every single game, and that's my fault. And I've accepted that.
I will say, actually, for you, if you're interested, I'll send it your way. I did discover recently there was a fan dub of Union Cross,
Okay.
which sounds very promising. I did listen to a little bit. It sounded very good. So
Okay.
that might actually be like a worth to listen to, like get the story there.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it can be very nonsensical, right? Like, and I am the Kingdom Hearts lore nerd, so it's just. But yeah, Missing Link gonna be interesting. We are playing as the. Okay, I see. I say the shit, and I can't say it with a straight face. We are playing as the reincarnation of the player character from Union Cross. It looks like,
Uh-huh.
because the implication, right, is so in Dark Road where we get to Xehanort's backstory, right? He's raised by this old man on Destiny Island, right? Because we know Xehanort's from Destiny Island. And at the end of Dark Road, it's shown that the old man is uh, the player character from Union Cross, and he mentions having two lives, right? Living two lifetimes. So, and we know he like died, or the main character. I say he, the player character died at the end of Union Cross, allegedly.
Oh,
So I guess their heart was reborn
one
into
could
Missing Link.
assume.
I don't know how that works. We'll find out. Um, but yeah, um, the Asia fairy tale stuff's wild. I mean, the wildest part is just it confirmed like Ven was involved in actual murder.
Hmm.
It's just, it's just this. Wait, actually, complete. Not side tangent. It's still Kingdom Hearts, right? Did I ever tell you my Kingdom Hearts Star Wars comparison idea?
No.
Where like I had a shower thought one day, and I was like, wait a second, Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars, era wise, like if you break the story down, are surprisingly similar.
Okay, explain to me your Star Wars Kingdom Hearts theory.
Okay, okay, okay.
See if you blow my brain here. Okay.
All right. So base premise, right? Keyblade wielders are Jedi,
Sure.
right? Both light Jedi and Sith, right? Light darkness conflict, right? Both
Hmm.
are magical weapon wielders who have very unique weapons who combat the darkness, the dark forces, right?
Correct.
They travel a lot from planet to planet.
Yeah.
They do that, right?
Hmm.
So that is like the base, right? That's the base thing that made me start thinking, like, oh yeah, Star Wars would fit really well in Kingdom Hearts, right? Because they match thematically.
Correct.
Um, which we're getting Kingdom Hearts 4. Very excited. Uh, and then I'm like, wait, the eras match too. Age of Fairy Tales is the Old Republic era. So that is right. There's tons of Keyblade wielders, tons of Jedi. They're all running around fighting. There's like scheming happening in the background from the higher players, right? High player figures.
Uh-huh.
That eventually lead to the downfall of the Order, right?
I'm
Um,
I'm
wait,
I'm making the
yeah.
connection here.
Missing Link is the High Republic era, right? It's the height of the Keyblade wielders. It's also the height of the Jedi. We don't know much about either at the moment. Well, I guess we know. When I was had the shower thought originally, like months ago or a year ago, whatever, it was. We didn't know too much about the High Republic. Now we know a lot more, but it is that era, right? Then Dark Road is the downfall, right, of the downfall era, right? It's like the Revenge of the Sith equivalent, right? Xehanort's story. You find out in Dark World why there's no Keyblade wielders left except Xehanort and Ericus and his students. They all died. They all got
I was
they all got
I was
betrayed
really
and
thinking
died
about
by a chosen one, the one believed to be the best of them.
yeah.
Because in Dark Road it was Balder, the one whose name means light, and was supposed to be like the goodest of good boys. And he fell to the darkness, and then he killed everyone.
He said, "I want to free slaves."
Which is the Anakin equivalent, right?
Yeah.
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 Um, then you have like the schism between Ericus and Xehanort, which is the Kenobi Anakin schism. You were like my brother, Xehanort. have the high ground.
So it is like, but it is like extending tropes
Yes,
across multiple
it is
characters.
very thematically in
Okay,
tropes.
because like I was really trying to think hard. Like, is he about to tell me that Vonitus is Anakin?
No, I'm about to say Xehanort's Anakin.
I was really getting to the fact that Xehanort is Sidious, to be honest.
Xehanort does give Sidious vibes later. Well, it helps that. Yeah. So
As
then,
far as like the dynamic of Xehanort and Vonitus is really Sidious and Anakin.
Sidious, yeah, Sidious Invader. Even to
Yeah.
the mask and the robes and everything.
Yeah.
Um, then we go to the Rebellion era of Star Wars, right? Which to me is Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
Right? There's only a few Jedi left, a few
Oh, great. Terra's
few
Han Solo.
Keyblade.
Thanks.
There's a young, plucky-eyed youth who doesn't really truly Venice Luke. That one has the least amount of connections, but it's the only place that kind of fits timeline wise. But it is right. That's where they potentially overcome the darkness. But then like
No,
there's a big
no, no.
triumph.
I don't like where this is leading. So you're telling me that
Sora
Sora is Rey?
Yes.
Sora is Rey, Riku is
Wait.
Kylo?
Yeah.
That has to mean that Kyrie is Finn.
No, when you think about it, right? Listen. Sora is Rey, right? Both are from nowhere, right? They're from like nowhere bumpkin lands. Are both very talented and very good at what they do. Get lots of power ups. Uh, Riku's trying to follow. Riku ends up following the same path as the previous big bad, like Kylo,
Like Kylo, yeah.
and his tangential connections to them, right? And Kyrie gets shafted just like Finn by the plot.
Is Goofy Chewbacca?
I guess in this analogy, yes, Goofy is Chewbacca.
Oh my god.
But that was like a shower thought I had one day. I was like, wait a damn second.
Oh my. This is your long, convoluted way of just supporting the Sora Riku ship. I know it.
not my ship, but that doesn't work if you want anyone wants to go with that. The, but yeah, that was what I was thinking. I thought at one point, or it came to me. I was like, this all kind of lines up a little too well. Oh, I was gonna say it also makes sense. Like does match because I think I'm pretty sure Nomura is a sci-fi fan, or at the very least has passed. I mean, very clearly, take sci-fi elements, right? Kingdom Hearts has a lot of sci-fi elements to it.
Yeah.
Very obviously.
Yeah, gummy ships. Yeah.
The space aspect of it.
I hope I can make a gummy ship in Starfield.
One day. Gummy ship mod. But also like
blocks.
It helps that for the Japanese for the English voice actors for Ericus and Xehanort, they're all sci-fi legends, right? Ericus is Mark Hamill. Xehanort has been voiced by 3 sci-fi legends. They've just kept that going.
Yeah.
Right. You had Leonard Nimoy, then he passed away. Then Rutger. What's his last name? I can't remember. Remember
when the most complex part of the story was that there were 3 Ansems? That's all I'm trying to get at. Like,
here's the thing: they made a huge deal about that being confusing in Kingdom Hearts 2 too. Also, right? Like, some
people were complaining about. Like, oh, that's Ansem and that's Ansem. Ooh, whatever. And that
now.
And then the most complex thing was the idea of Xehanort. And yet somehow he still said, hang on, watch what's next.
I like the coming saga is going to be ridiculous, right? Because we're already dealing with the literal concept of unreality. And I'm just like, Nomura, you high? Like, Gensid unironically just said, like, yes, Sora has gone to the land of fiction. That is where he is. Which is then our reality. or like our reality.
Great. Now we're not real.
We're nobodies. We were the nobodies all
We're
along.
nobodies. No, I'm a little dusk. I'm just breakdancing around, discontorting. No.
You know what? Like, for the longest time, nobody's like, why? I was always like, why do they look like that if they're just skin? They're just skin suits. But then, like, I realized, oh, it's because they are skin suits. It's really horrific when you think about it.
It really does. Like, diving into Kingdom Hearts is just entering horror.
It is
To be
really
honest.
horrific, actually. Like, when you
But
really stop
meanwhile,
and think about
all we see
it.
is spiky hair Final Fantasy boy going around and befriending your favorite Disney characters.
Yeah, there's like a lot of existential dread in Kingdom Hearts when you just take a moment. Like, it's really messed up.
Yeah, the same series that made these fictional characters basically skin suits is also the ones who came up with Parlay Barley.
Man, I think like I think one of my favorite things is like from the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer is that Goofy and Donald, right, literally went to the underworld because they think Sora's dead. And they're like, well, maybe Hades can help us find him. Like, that's where we're at. Man. It's just, it's a ride. It's not even getting into like there's like again, Union Cross is such a ride because they introduced the idea of sentient darkness. Where it's like again, it's willful darkness. Darkness has a sentient will.
He's just making shit up more.
But that's what Vanitas
more.
is. Vanitas is a sentient darkness that possessed Ven, right, to hide in him. Made him murder someone. Made him kill Marluxia's sister.
There's absolutely no way he thought of this when making Kingdom Hearts, okay? He
How much did he think about beforehand? That's what I want to know.
Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know what was his original plan and what is just him going like, hey, watch this.
Like, because then he'll just do something. Like, I'm thinking, there are moments where I'm like, oh, he's clearly just making shit up. And then he'll do something. And I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. That was foreshadowed back in Kingdom Hearts 1. And I'm like, I hate this man. Like, remember that weird scene from Kingdom Hearts 1 where you're you're at the end of the world, right? And you go into all the Disney World, like, fake Disney World thingies, right? Or the remnants of them, right?
Yeah.
And there's this weird room you end up, like, the Hollow Bastion one. It's this weird room with all these pods.
Yes.
Right? That got explained, finally.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, it's the Melody, in Melody of Memory and Union Cross. It's the time machine.
And that...
But also, it's not a time machine because Kairi went in it.
Like, do you think before any of this, he was driving around Japan, saw that apartment that we see Sora wake up in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and went like, I have an idea?
That, I think, was like in Kingdom Hearts 3 in Kingdom Hearts 3 era. That's when he saw that.
I don't know, dude. You never know.
I think my favorite Nomura story is the one where how he came up with the idea for Coded. He was at like a post-work meeting and he got drunk, and then him and his other coworkers they just came up with the idea on the spot and then they ran with it. They're like, what if we had a story that like was set completely in digital, and if I had a digital story and it was for the phones, because that was a story we really didn't need to know. Like, nothing there was. Coded, I think, is the most the most
skippable.
It's the most skippable. There's like in the original base Coded, the only cutscene that matters is the last one. Unless they do something with Datasaur in the future, it's literally just why Mickey knows about certain things now, which they could have just explained with Mickey always knowing, because clearly he hides shit because he didn't tell anyone that he knew where Aqua was this whole goddamn time.
I want to see if you guys could do it.
Like, man, Mickey was just sitting on that for almost 2+ years. Like, yeah, Aqua's in the realm of darkness. I could go grab a crew and go get her, but you know what? Let's just meander. God damn it, Mickey. Mickey's a jerk.
He said, "I want to see what Riku can do first."
He's like, I gotta go help this. Let me not go get the actual Keyblade Master from the Realm of Darkness. Let me just instead focus on helping out this child with mental health issues.
Oh my gosh.
Work through his trauma in a castle. That's what he decided to do.
I'm just. I think I am like when it just happens when I talk to you about Kingdom Hearts, where I'm just like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
So I'm the guy who reminds you about all the bullshit. I remove the rainbows. I remove the gummy chips.
I love watching Ongaku play the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizers because it was just a simpler time.
Was Kingdom Hearts 2 really a simpler time?
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Back with skin suits.
Yeah, but we didn't think they were skin suits. They looked like it, but we weren't thinking it.
I guess we weren't acting. Maybe I was just a weird kid. I was thinking about that.
No, I was more so just thinking about how, oh, Sora's nobody is Roxas, and Kyrie's nobody is Naminé. That's so cute. That's so cute. I love that.
It is
I wonder
cute.
if there's and then like theorizers were going, oh, I wonder if there's a connection with Riku and Axel. If you know.
Oh shit! I remember that era.
And then thinking the trio used to be Axel, Roxas, Naminé. And that, yeah,
I remember those days.
Like, yeah, that's what you would think that.
Nope.
And then making the connection. Oh, there's a white dress under Kyrie's pink jacket that looks like a lot like Naminé's.
That actually, I think that was a design choice. Intentional. That was definitely intentional.
Oh, that's a cute idea, and
it was a much simpler time.
It all started when Shion showed up.
Is that?
And then you go, wait, who?
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 It's the worst damn. This is my favorite and most hated meme.
I love that it was starting to go to Spider-Man for a bit too.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone mentioned Peter Parker, they go, who?
Who? I think I remember playing through 358 over 2 days and being like, when I got to the whole Shion name reveal and it was number I, the imaginary number, I was like, the fuck? We're doing imaginary numbers?
Wait, that's the connection?
Wait, did you never get that?
So my connection was that if you take out the X, her name says no one.
No, it's if you read there's a report by Syax written, and you can find it, and he talks about how Shion's name is X with N-O-I, like number I, imaginary number, because she's not a real nobody.
That makes a lot more sense. I thought it was just that she's no one.
No, it's that too, but it's a double meaning. But it's because she's not a real nobody, and also her name matches the thematic naming for Kyrie and Naminé. Yeah. Kyrie meaning ocean, Naminé meaning wave, and Shion is another word I think for sea. It's all water based. Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
Which is like, I'm like, I feel Naminé is one of my favorite characters, and now she's just so shafted now. Thanks, Shion.
She is. She really is. Like I was really hoping for more Naminé stuff in 3, which I'm sure there was, but like
it was right. A lot of it was no, it was nothing in 3 except for one scene, one cutscene that was missable, mind you, a fucking missable cutscene, and then everything else came from Rebind.
I can't wait for when he's finally done, and then he makes Kingdom Hearts remake, and then he completely rewrites it.
Because he's doing that with 7 right now.
That's exactly the joke I was coming up. Oh my god,
Nomura! I love Nomura. He's just
like it's crazy how important of a character Vincent was, and he was totally skippable.
Oh, in 7, yeah. 7's wild because Vincent was skippable and Yuffie was skippable. If you missed getting Yuffie, which freaking getting Yuffie to begin with was a nightmare because she was a random pop-up. Like she was randomly spawned. So you could literally go the entire game without knowing she existed. And then if you didn't get her, you missed the entire Wutai area. Didn't do anything there. It's really
Vincent is just so important to the story.
Yeah.
It baffles me that he was skippable. Meanwhile, we're forced to have red.
No, red was kind of important. I mean, not
Yeah,
too.
but compared to Vincent,
No, yeah, because Vincent, if you don't get Vincent, you don't get Sephiroth's backstory.
like Vincent is like the second main character of Final Fantasy VII, like arguably
I
just
mean,
as important as Zack.
that's why he got a whole spin-off game.
Yeah,
He is literally like,
can you imagine playing through 7 not knowing Vincent existed, and then you go over and see Dirge of Cerberus, you go, "Who's this guy?" You watch the movie. Who is this guy? They made a game for this guy.
who's this? Who is this Alucard cosplayer?
Yeah.
It really is wild. Like when you think about it, Vincent was like a step off from being Sephiroth's dad.
Yeah.
Like 1 degree stepped off. Like he was very close. It's just wild.
You know, I followed Final Fantasy VII so much, and I only now realize that the only 7 game that I really played is Dirge of Cerberus.
Wait, what the fuck?
I've never played Final Fantasy VII, and I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie.
But you know so much.
I know quite a bit. My brother also we didn't really play the 7 games either, but we both followed it so much because just how much we loved Cloud and Kingdom Hearts.
I think I also started playing Final Fantasy VII because of Cloud from Kingdom Hearts. Also, I think.
Yeah.
I can't like it's like such a fuzzy time. Look, I know I played them around the same time. Um. Also, I started Kingdom Hearts with Chain of Memories, so that's a whole different conversation. That was a weird starting point.
Yeah, that's definitely a choice.
I guess I just didn't know about Kingdom Hearts before that, and I saw a commercial for this game, and I was like, "Ooh, Disney game." I was a
Well, and
simple
that's
child.
exactly what I was thinking, but with Kingdom Hearts 1. So
Yeah, and so I think I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 1's Deep Jungle. Like it was like a demo at GameStop, or well, I guess it was like eBay Games back then, and I played Deep Jungle demo. I think
uh-huh.
because that was a weird demo, yeah. Because it was Deep Jungle, and I think you had like the lion summon at that point, Simba summon. But yeah, so started with Chain of Memories. Got super invested. Went and played 7, then played Kingdom Hearts 2 when it came out, and I was like on that shit. I was like, this is Baby Nero with access to with parental supervised access to a computer, trying to find Kingdom Hearts 2 wallpapers before Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and like trying to get information about this damn game.
Yeah.
Like wild time.
Our experience was we saw the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 1 and we went to Blockbuster to rent it.
Mm.
And we and surely enough we got it, and we didn't have a memory card back then either. So it was beat it as fast as we can without turning off the PlayStation.
Oh shit.
So and we did. I say we. My brother was the one who was playing it. I got to play it for a bit after he was done. Then eventually we had to return it. And then one day, my mom just showed up with these games. Like she had, we had Kingdom Hearts. We got some. I think it was. I want to say it was Mega Man X7, which was terrible, by the way.
Yeah, that was not a great
and
game.
then Final Fantasy X. But I wasn't allowed to play Final Fantasy X because it was rated T. My mom was like, "This is a game. This is a game for your brother." Not really thinking anything of it, but and then he started playing it. I just started watching, and I was like, "This game's so tame." So,
Yeah.
And then eventually I played 10.
It's rated
But
T for the horrific scarring that the laugh scene gives you.
I didn't think anything of it when I didn't think anything of it when I was a kid. It did not bother me one bit.
Man, I would have like. I can only imagine playing 10 younger. Like I played 10 like way older.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have probably.
There's a time where we did not think, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like I played through Kingdom Hearts just fine. Deep Jungle was not a problem for me, but now that I'm older, it's like I lose my mind. There's one of my most popular clips is me losing my mind playing Deep Jungle.
It's a brilliant clip.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 was also easy, I think. Like it didn't have any like moments that like Kingdom Hearts 1 did. Um, besides the entirety of
Mechanically,
Atlantica.
I don't think I ever got frustrated with 2 or
No, never
anything.
once. Even replaying it, there's no zero frustration. Like Atlantica exists, and that's annoying. But besides that,
It exists, but it's just like
it's whatever. It's not. It's
it's
not
definitely not
aggravating.
like playing it in 1.
Yeah, no, God no. They learned their lesson.
I think
Um,
Luna would be very happy to play
Atlantica
Atlantica
too.
in Kingdom Hearts 2, just to have a much easier fight against Ursula.
Yes, God. Because I went. Because I did Chain of Memories, then Kingdom Hearts 2, 2005. I played it when it came out. I think it was my first like day and date game purchase ever that I got.
We did too. Yeah, we got
Um,
it day 1.
and then after that, I went back to Kingdom Hearts 1 because I saw it pre-owned somewhere. And I played that like way later. So I had like a weird reverse journey. It was weird. And I remember being stuck on
You
Ansem
must
for
have had a very
years.
interesting experience with Riku.
I had the most interesting experience with Riku. Because right, starting with Chain of Memories, Riku's like already one of my favorite characters. You get all his character development moments from Chain of Memories right off the bat, starting with him, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, this Riku character's awesome. And Sora's like, and again, Chain of Memories is also the one where Sora's like the most arguably mature take. Like he like acts the least kid-like, at least in the Game Boy Advance
I think
version.
it's a toss-up between Chain of Memories and 2.
Yeah, like that era of Sora is the most like mature Sora.
Yeah.
So right, going through that, then going through like seeing Riku, going through his journey, and then going back to 1 and seeing Riku be such a shithead. I was
Well,
like,
and also it's like you imagine like you keep seeing this cool character show up, right?
yeah,
And then you beat the game, and then I can play him.
yep. That was like, man, reverse rebirth. That moment, reverse rebirth moment. I was like, what? And I get all
And then
this like side stuff, and like I keep hearing about this Ansem guy. Again, me knowing nothing, like who the hell is this Ansem dude?
you really do play through a lot of the plot points though of Kingdom Hearts 1 through Chain of Memories.
That's why I
So
wasn't really like confused with like anytime anyone made a reference to like Kingdom Hearts 1 events, I wasn't overly confused because you get that and you get like the Roxas flashback scenes. So between that, I honestly wasn't that confused. Like the only parts I was confused about was Hollow
you just
Bastion.
don't get the great Final Fantasy X fights. You don't get to fight Titus and Waka.
No, but I was like, yeah, but it's still in Chain of Memories.
Oh yeah, wait, they are.
Yeah,
They are there.
yep. Everyone's there. So like, right when
Just don't
Mushu
fight
like
them.
references, I'm like, oh yeah, Mushu was a summon card in Chain of Memories. So I guess I did know Mushu at some point when he referenced that. Same with Simba, like they were summon cards.
Mm-hmm.
So like I never really missed anything. Again, the only
It,
thing
def-
it was just Hollow Bastion stuff I didn't fully understand.
it definitely was strange in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you go to Pride Lands and Simba recognizes Sora, and I was all like, "But I've never been here before." And I knew that he was a summon, but I didn't know if like that's a canon thing.
It was. It apparently
But yeah,
was.
I guess so.
Yeah, like because yeah, Mushu recognizes you too. It's canon
Yeah.
summon. So it's like, yeah, all the summons are canon. Which just like, all right, Kingdom Hearts 4. We go into Chicken Little World finally. We're gonna have that reunion with Chicken Little.
Oh, fingers crossed. I hope I fight the sky.
The sky is the enemy.
Oh my god.
Give me that reunion with Stitch.
True, Stitch.
Like all these summons I'm thinking of now. Like right, like who else was there that we haven't reunited with? The Bambi. Let me go to Bambi's world. Try to save
Yo, can I
Bambi's.
beat the hunter?
Yeah.
Can I avenge Bambi's mom?
Vengeance.
There's Dumbo.
Dumbo. Is that it?
I don't know, fight the carnival, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, because the other ones are like Peter Pan and the genie.
Genie, and
So
those are. We already did that.
we visited enough of Genie. Okay.
We're gonna get Aladdin in the next game. I don't know if it's gonna be Kingdom Hearts 4. We're gonna get King of Thieves eventually, right? They're not gonna let it go.
Are they though?
One day.
I don't know. Does it look like we're going back to like
I don't think Kingdom Hearts
Disney?
4, but I think in the next game. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be because we're in the world of quote unquote fiction, right? So I imagine it's gonna be properties that don't fit the Kingdom Hearts aesthetic normally. Right? That's where we're getting Star Wars, right? Because we have Endor shown.
I just figured we were gonna start going to like some of live action properties.
That's what I would. Yeah, that doesn't fit the normal aesthetics, right? So live action properties would make sense, right? Except they already did Pirates, which is the biggest live action Disney property, like Disney original property, rather.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I mean, I guess we could go to the MCU. I don't know if we would.
I could see. I mean, that's something that I've definitely like assumed that we would do.
If they
Like,
did, I would imagine we would do the Battle of New York.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Battle of New York would have been it.
I could see like, right, if we're doing quote unquote fiction, the live action remakes, because they're to the
That
other versions of the characters. Those are fictional depictions of them.
that's the only thing I could really think of. Yeah, the live action ones.
So like Maleficent, which would be a give Sora a headache, I'm sure, because Maleficent's kind of a good guy there, or
Well,
less of a
Maleficent
bad
is
guy.
also like his big like one of his longest villains that he's had.
Yep, the longest villain,
Yeah,
arguably his arch nemesis.
other than the shadow itself.
Yeah,
His own
uh,
shadow, actually.
his literal shadow.
Oh
You know
my
what? Peter
god.
Pan knows that vibe, all right. He understands the pain.
Facts. Oh god.
God, I still remember that scene. Uh, um, the I'm trying to think what other like properties does Disney own that could. Because I feel like this is also. Hmm?
National Geographic.
I thought you were about to say National Treasure.
They
Give me
could. They
Nicolas
could.
Cage.
They could. No, I was definitely thinking like National Geographic, like we fight Jeff Goldblum or something.
Would be amazing.
I mean, they could also just expand off of the Avengers too. Like,
yeah, but the cuts. I don't know. I don't think I don't see them doing that.
just
Um,
the Sora Marvel crossover, just
I
put
feel
them
like
in the comics.
this might be the one chance where we see them, like Square Enix, using their library too. Right. I don't know if they'll use strictly like any Final Fantasy,
Wait, you
but
know
like some of
they
the other stuff.
there is quite a bit of overlap with Square Enix, kind of like working with Sony
Yeah.
and Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man PS4
just
world.
any Spider-Man, all of them. Why not put Sora in the Spider-Verse? Have him help Miles Morales. I don't know.
Just give it to me.
Like, there's so much overlap, it could work.
That could work. Um. Oh, I was gonna say, sorry, Square Enix Worlds. I can see them because like 2B from Nier is literally in everything now. Doing Nier World.
Yeah, yeah, they could do that. I don't know. It's like, but I have no idea where Kingdom Hearts 4 is going, and
It's
I'm
just
just
all
hanging
real
out.
world locations.
I'm just hanging out.
Goes to New York City. All right.
Disney World, you know?
I mean, like, look, Kingdom Hearts 3 was arguably Disneyland simulator at times.
Yeah, for sure. With those different attacks that are
The
reminiscent of the
attraction flows,
rides.
which is
Yeah.
my favorite like lore thingy ever. Is that yeah? Those are just dream representations. That's sort of like that's just the how the what's it called the drop. What is it? No dream. The what's the system called? The flow motion system enacted in real life. Like it's just Sora dreaming up these rides.
I mean, I guess that's it. That's what it's called. I guess I don't
I
know.
don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's like the like that's the I think the in lore explanation I believe is that the rides are manifestations of Sora's dreams because he spent so much time in Dreamland training.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh, just some nightmare fuel for you because I don't know if you know that all the Dream Eaters are dead kids, by the way.
You told me that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I told you that fun fact, but just for the viewers too, all the Dream Eaters you collect like Pokemon and Dream Drop Distance are dead kids. Sleep well
Are they
now.
not the characters from Union Cross?
Yeah, they're all the miscellaneous Keyblade wielders from Union Cross, all the miscellaneous dandelions. Just dead kids. They fuse with their Cherokees. It's real messed up. Again, Kingdom Hearts actually a horror series.
Oh.
Complete side tangent,
I'm just
minorly related.
I'm just melting, man.
Did you ever play that Nightmare Before Christmas game on the PS2? That was made by the Devil May Cry
No, I
creator.
watched instead I watched my friend Angaku. He played the one on the Game Boy, which was Nightmare Before Christmas, the Pumpkin King.
Was there? Wait, is that the same game ported twice?
No, I think we looked this up before. So there were two games.
Was there actually
Um,
two?
yeah, so there was a PS2 and a Game Boy game, and the Game Boy game took place at a different time than the PS2 one.
Interesting. You're right. You're right. Because the PS2 one's Oogie Boogie's Revenge,
Yeah.
which
The the Game Boy ones is kind of like Jack's origin story.
okay, which I know actually has a graphic novel too that covers that.
I don't know.
No, I believe so. Yeah. You know what? I feel like this is the kind of game I would want to actually like. Maybe I'll get off my hiatus by the end of Halloween and stream Oogie Boogie's Revenge.
Yeah. Or try out Pumpkin King. You
Yeah.
know, it looked like a lot of fun when I was watching Ngaku play it. That was back in our old gaming group that we had. We were making gaming content with post commentary. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Gotcha. So, I think
Well,
we should probably end it. I don't know the exact time code where we're at because the stream got cut in twice.
we're
But this
at an I didn't
feels
I didn't I didn't stop recording. We're at an hour and 4 minutes.
okay.
But real quick, I do want to add in my bit of news, my bit of
Oh
overnight
yeah.
news.
Sorry, we got so tangented.
You're okay. You're
in
okay.
Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I mean, like, the joke was as we were leaving, what's gonna happen in one day, right?
Yeah.
Surely enough, a Kingdom Hearts announcement thing, and then also I totally forgot. Riot released the new Heartsteel song, Paranoia, which for I don't know if you know a whole lot about it, Nero, but Riot has created some of the most successful K-pop groups ever.
Oh yeah. That I'm
with
very
their
well aware of.
with KDA, and then they also had their little pop group called True Damage that had Kiki Palmer in it, and also Thutmose, who did some raps for Spider Verse as well.
Yes. So is this
So
new? Is this the new?
this new one is a 6-member boy band group called Heartsteel, which features Ezreal, Set, Cassante, Yone, Aphelios, and Kane. None of those names really mean a whole lot to you, I know. But for any K-pop fans, this includes 4 of them are singers. The other 2 are like instrumentalists and dancers and stuff. But the K-pop singers for these characters are Baekhyun, Toby Lou, Ozzy, and Cal Scrubby. And quite a banger of a song. I'll actually have to send it to you.
Yes, you will.
I'll send it to you right now. Pretty good. I don't know how it compares to. I really don't know how it compares to any of the KDA songs, because the second KDA song that was released, I really did not like it. But once I replayed it a few times, I was like, okay, no, this is actually a banger. It might be my favorite one. So
The second one was.
I might have to listen to it again.
Was the second one the baddest? Or was
The
it?
I believe it was the baddest. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was.
That was one that I wasn't super crazy about, but then like I don't know, I wanted to listen to it again, and then I did, and I was like, that was a little better than the first time I listened. So,
I had the kind of the same reaction when I listened to the first one. I was like, I don't know if I like this. And I listened to it a couple more times. It definitely was like a song that grew on me, and now it's like a permanent fixture of my playlist.
and my experience with Riot is they unlock interests within me, right? Where I am like so dead set, I don't like this thing, but then they make it, and I'm like, I guess I do like it. I don't know, like for a while I was like, I don't really like K-pop. I'm not super crazy about it. Then they released KDA. I'm like, I guess I do like K-pop because this is a banger. And then Magical Girls, this was something that I wasn't into a whole lot. And then Star Guardian was released. I guess I like Magical Girls.
Wait, Riot did a Magical Girl thing?
Yeah, Star Guardians. That's a whole thing.
Wait,
oh my gosh, there's a whole lore and everything. Porter Robinson made a song for them.
Hold up. You're making me go down a rabbit hole now.
Let me tell you about extended universes for League of Legends. um,
That's an episode
there
and a half right there.
there's the Star Guardians, which is their magical girl
Wait,
school
Jaina.
alternate
Star
universe
Guardian
subplot.
Jinx?
There's a
Lulu
Jinx. There's
Lux?
like I want to say maybe 20 to 30% of their roster has a Star Guardian skin.
God damn.
Lux was the very first one, and it was just a skin that was like, oh, let's make a Sailor Moon skin for Lux. Ooh, people loved it. It was probably one of their most sold skins. It was what created the community for Lux, and what honestly made Lux like the most popular champion, especially for their female player base. And for a gaming company, that's something that they really wanted to hold on to.
Yeah.
So they expanded, made 5 more skins. Boom, awesome. They also created an amazing PvE game mode where you guys work together to fight like these monsters and stuff while also completing like other objectives.
Oh shit,
Super
wait.
fun. That was the golden era for League for me, was when they made these amazing game modes and stuff, these PvE game modes.
God damn. I'm like now looking at the Star Guardians. There's a bunch of short stories. Like what the
This last time they did Star Guardians was when the actually before that, like right before COVID hit, was another Star Guardian event. They got Hiroyuki Sawano to make a track for them.
Holy shit, dude. Sawano?
Yeah,
The legend?
and I was listening to it a few days ago too. I still listen to it very often. Um,
Man. I
yeah,
feel
I'm
like
about.
I feel
I
like
am
tangentially I will love everything around League of Legends. Just not League itself, which is so weird.
that is the common consensus of the community right now. Is everything surrounding League of Legends is amazing except for League of Legends itself. They have another alternate universe that they haven't really expanded on a whole lot called Odyssey, which originally looked like some sort of like Overwatch thing, but just turned into like this whole like like a sci-fi space story.
Oh damn.
Um, where like Yasuo was basically portrayed as like a Kakashi kind of character.
Huh.
Um, and it's another story where Jinx is a main character in. Um,
I mean,
they just
it'd be
God, they love
Jinx.
Jinx. Um, yeah,
That's
I
wild.
have a lot to show you, man. There's a
Uh
lot of really good stories with League, like the whole idea of the Ruined King, which is a canon story in League lore as well.
yes. I know there's
There's
the
a
game
novel.
too.
There's a novel for it. There's a game. There's cutscenes. It's a great story, the Ruined King. Viego, even the story of that's connected to it of Lucian, Senna, and Thresh. For the longest time, Lucian has been hunting this character named Thresh, who has Lucian's wife captured in his lantern. Her soul is in it, and he's trying to get it back. And years later, they finally released Senna as a playable character because canonically, Lucian freed her from the lantern. So we got to
Okay.
see like lore expand. There was a time period where when they reworked Gangplank, they released him with like this captain skin or whatever, and then eventually they said they were telling the story as the event was going on. Gangplank died, and they disabled him from the game, and then
Oh.
when he came back into the game, he was released with a new skin, and everyone who had the original Gangplank after his rework got to keep that skin, and when he came back, he had this whole new look because he became an undead pirate. It
Huh.
was so cool. The golden age for League was just amazing, and I loved it. That's why it holds dear to my heart.
How many side projects do they have?
Well,
Like
the game's been around since 2010, 2009 even.
like right now, so like now I'm looking at like the list of like side media, right? So there's Tales of Runeterra shorts, Arcane obviously.
That was when they were releasing Legends of Runeterra, their card game.
Yes.
And that's basically just been their premise for releasing lore and testing lore
What
even.
Tales of Runeterra?
Yeah, well, Legends of Runeterra in general is
Okay.
where they test out lore pretty much, see what works, what doesn't. The Tales of
Okay.
Runeterra are just cutscenes for each faction.
Gotcha. There's Valorant Town.
Valorant is its own entity, almost its own community, but it's connected. But Technically speaking, Valorant takes place in the KDA universe because it's all Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a League of Legends Marvel comics series.
That's also where they release lore and stuff. That's where they talk about the Freljord lore. That's where they talk about Demacia, which is where Lux is from and stuff. If if you love Arcane, that's only like a pocket of what Runeterra has to offer.
So there's. I'm like,
The
no, like I'm going down this whole. There's
Mount
Runation.
Targon
Okay,
is
I
a
remember seeing
place.
that at the store. The Runation League of Legends novel.
Hmm.
Okay,
Really
continue.
good story.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Well, Mount Targon is practically their Olympus,
Okay.
where Pantheon, who is their god of war, takes on Leona, the sun goddess, Diana, the moon goddess. Like he takes on those characters. Like I can't imagine. That's my issue with Arcane expanding. Is I don't know how they're gonna have Vi or Jinx scale to Mount Targon, where there's literal gods, and then Shurima, which is like demigod beings ascending to gods.
Well,
Like I can't imagine them expanding that far with Arcane, but they could. Hex Tech has unlimited potential,
yeah.
so who knows?
Huh. So wait, no, I'm like, which is the Echo game? What's it called?
Um,
You just
I
got it.
want to
Oh,
I want to say
Convergence.
it's like
That's what.
Chrono Break. I think it was called
Is it?
Chrono Shift. Hang on, let me look. Steam
So there's Ruined King, Mage Seeker,
Convergence.
Convergence,
Convergence.
Mage Seeker,
Ruined King,
Convergence.
Mage Seeker. Which, if you like Hades, Mage Seeker plays very similarly to Hades.
I did hear about that. Yeah, that does play
Mhm.
similar to Hades. Convergence. I know Song of Nunu. I remember seeing that on. It
That's
was a
coming
direct.
out next month. I'm definitely gonna see that. I'm definitely gonna get that cop that game. And Bandle Tale, which looks like their Animal Crossing game.
That's wild. And then I know that they're doing. I know they're making an MMO and a fighting game. Codename
The
Project
fighting game,
O.
I'm definitely copping for sure.
Yeah.
That game looks like a lot of fun.
This is wild. God. Am I going to become like? Am I going to become a tangential League of Legends fan? Like I will never play the actual game, but I'll consume everything around it.
One content creator I can highly recommend is I think I sent him to you. I sent you some of his videos called Necrit, where he actually talks a lot about the league lore. As a matter of fact, when they announced when we were getting closer to the MMO, he made this series of videos of talking about each land that the MMO could start with, and then what they can release with expansions. Then he talked about like monsters and creatures that are within each land. Um, like it it's wild how much of the world is already complete. So that makes the game that much closer to being complete. It's just a matter of programming, pretty much.
Right? Because yeah, the lore and world building's already there.
Hmm.
Damn, that's wild. Yeah, definitely I'm gonna start like getting more into it because I loved Arcane. I remember I did like some like cursory like wiki dives after for characters I cared about from the show.
Hmm.
But no, the more you like talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I should probably. I own Ruined King, I think, so I do want to play that. I just
For
have
sure,
to,
definitely play it especially if you love turn-based strategies. Like
yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things from it from people who like those.
So I do want to play that at some point.
Yeah. I'm sending you 3 videos
Okay, perfect.
that are talking about the world of Runeterra. This one talks about the races and classes.
Okay,
Um oh, this one talks about bosses and raids that could potentially happen. And then the last one is monsters and oh wait, no, here's legendary loot. Oh no.
the loot.
The loot that you could potentially acquire. And then where's this monsters one? I know he had a monsters one. I'm panicking. I'm about
Somewhere.
to I'm about to like open this whole world to you, man.
No,
It's a dive.
this is like this is gonna be a deep dive. Let's jump into the abyss here.
But
Hopefully, I will be then scholared up for when Arcane Season 2 finally comes out.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Which, again, just a small little pocket in the world of Runeterra.
it's crazy.
And it's definitely something that I think that they would have on release of their MMO, just because of the success of Arcane. But it's honestly like so disconnected compared to like the rest of the
What,
world. Like
the Piltover complex?
Noxus, which is where Mel's mom is from, is connected to everywhere because their land that they're from is so charred that they can't really grow their own crops or anything. So their only way to gather resources is to conquer other lands
Because
and
yeah,
split their resources.
when I was doing like again my kind of like cursory wikis before, I remember seeing that Noxus was a very like war militant nation.
Hmm.
So that's why they're very
But
militant.
they're not as corrupt as they sound. As a matter of fact, Demacia might be the worst one because like Piltover is just like they don't want to mess with magic because it's something that they don't know. The Demacia is very much if you are doing magics, we kill you. Like we will
Damn.
imprison you. And in their world, their constructs are made with wood that is that has like a power in it that saps magic from you. So people can't cast magic within the confines of Demacia.
Huh.
It's very interesting. It's very much like a not race like mage cyst, I guess.
No, yeah, that would be the word, I guess. It
Yeah.
gives me Dragon Age vibes.
Ixtal is a whole land that's just like secluded from everyone that no one even knew about. Um Mount Targon again is basically like Olympus. Freljord is a frozen land where there's other gods and stuff. And there's this substance called true ice where most people who touch it will die, but people who can some people can touch it, and if they do, they weaponize it and make it into their own weapons and stuff.
Oh,
Fascinating.
whoopsie. Gonna edit that out. I
What
went to
happened now?
sorry, I clicked on the map of the Runeterra on League of Legends and it made noises for the audio recording.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I love maps. So now I'm looking like, okay, so that's where Fusion, that's where Noxus is. And then Piltover's on, okay, they're right there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you're on the actual map.
Yeah, I'm on the actual map.
Yeah, you got some homework, buddy.
Damn.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about this with you.
I will soon become knowledged. May take me a
But
few weeks, but I will become
yeah.
knowledged.
Well, we should definitely start wrapping up now.
Now, yeah, we should definitely start wrapping up. All right. So that was another episode. Thank you everyone for checking it out. Makoto, where can everyone find you?
Oh, where can everyone find me? Well, you can find me on Twitter at Makoto Dragon _. You can find me on Twitch at Makoto Dragon. You can find me on YouTube at Makoto Dragon.
And you can find me at Nero V Belial on both the X-Twitter and the Twitch. Links are also down below. So yeah, thank you again, everyone. We will be back next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Have a good day, everybody.